G'day everybody. Welcome to another episode of the EveryWei podcast. My name is Everyday, and with me as always is Yulwei. How are you today, man?
Hello. Yeah, feeling good. Tech issues can be quite exhausting, but I think we sorted it finally, so we're good to go. Let's dive into it. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I've just realized there was one tech issue I forgot to fix, but I can fix it on the fly, so it's all good. So, while I'm fixing that, do you want to just talk about what we're starting off with today?
Yeah. So, as you all know, all the games have been played. Even the promotion tournament is in the books now. We know all our 8 teams, so there isn't really too much to talk about in terms of actual gameplay. So we were trying to figure out what to actually talk about in the off-season, and we want to start with something some people have brought up in the Discord before. The concept is kind of a budget game, so you assign a certain value to every single player in the league, and then you get a budget of, let's say, 15 credits, dollars, whatever it is, and have to build a team with all 5 players. And of course, you can't just pick all the best players, because that would be more than your budget allows. So it's kind of a strategy and roster building game. And as no one really has assigned values to the VCS that make too much sense, especially for active players, I should say, right now, we have to start with actually giving the values, and that gives us enough time to talk about players. There's some new players, maybe some rumors we've heard about transfers, and we thought this could be a nice, engaging episode. And of course, if you want to join the discussion and give us suggestions about values or disagree with us, spam the chat, and we'll try to keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna switch over to that, and we'll go through every player that we know will be going into the VCS next split. Set that up, which is easy enough. There we go. Fortunately, you will lose my camera in some of your ways, but I don't think anyone's that upset about that. As we will switch over. Bang. We've got that up now. So let's have a think. Do you want to just get straight into it?
Yeah, why not?
We'll just go top to bot.
Yeah, let's just talk about the values we want to assign. So we decided on going 1 to 5. Do you want to have any value? Do you want to use dollars? I don't know. I don't really care.
We can use Zimbabwe bucks to go with Jensen's recent. I don't know. Just call it dollars. How do I zoom? Why can't I zoom this in? I needed to zoom. Does anyone know how to zoom a Google Sheet? Help, friends. But apparently I can't just do it in Chrome like I was going to.
It's annoying.
Help me, chat. Chat.
I said there's a 100% zoom option.
Where? Oh, hang on, no, I figured it out. I can just do Control+. Cool, I got it.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
So that legible, chat? Can you all read that? Yeah, Control mouse wheel didn't work. That's what I went for. You have to actually press the plus button on the numpad. Cool. If everyone can read that, we'll get going. Yeah, this is full boomer every day. Should have tested this before we went live, eh? But that's the kind of production you can expect out of the EveryWei podcast.
Oh, we figured it out now. So
I'm gonna move this to cover both cameras so that I can actually move the same thing.
Makes sense.
Just like hard docs. Okay, so so we'll say $1 to $5. Obviously, a better player will be worth more, and a worse player will be worth less. Obviously, this is our opinion.
And as we have multiple players on the same, like more than 5 players, we of course have to assign certain values twice, or even more than twice. So it's not going to be one value for one player. It's instead going to be these players are all in the same caliber, so they all cost 5 or something like that. So you can actually pick your preferred player even from one tier. For top lane, that's probably pretty easy to know, right? I'd say right away, Yoshino, Kiaya, Zeros should all be in the highest tier. There were some differences in this split, but I don't think we can really assign a value difference for the next split, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So I'd say Yoshi, Kiaya, and Zeros should all be on 5. So the highest one.
I thought that was perhaps an argument. Oh, dude, you have to give me editing rights. You didn't give me editing rights when you set the sheet up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can
fill it in. You can just do it. Yeah, that's fine.
So we have Zeros, Kiaya, and Yoshino all on 5.
Yep. I think there's an argument for Zeros on 4.
I think historical, I think he'll be better in the next split. Not only because he has been super good in the past, but also because he's back to being a full VCS player, right? This split was a little bit of a weird case where while he was in Vietnam, he actually wanted to play in China, right? So he wasn't really there 100% of the time, and he wasn't really focused on Vietnam. So I think he's going to be once again in the very top tier of top laners next split. And speaking of Zeros, of course, we have heard some interesting rumors that he might go to EVOS.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have said this before we started. We are streaming on Facebook for the first time. So hi, Facebook audience. Welcome. We'd love to have you. And also, there was a question from the Facebook, which is, do we have a new rookie from the LPL or 𝘀𝐶𝗶? There are rumors, but we don't know. It's just rumors at the moment. We can't really confirm anything.
Yeah. There hasn't been any confirmation on any transfers yet, as far as I'm aware. So yeah. We've heard Zeros to EVOS potentially. We've heard some Rika rumors, some multiple different things, and we'll definitely hear more of that in the next month, probably before the league starts again. So yeah, it can only get more exciting because some of those would be super hype. I just hope for Sword not to come over. I don't want to see Sword. I don't want to
Yeah.
cast Sword.
I'm good not
Go
having
away,
Sword.
please.
That rumor. I mean, if Sword goes from 𝘀𝘀 to the VCS and he's the first import, ugh, no thank you.
Yeah,
There
that would
have
be super
been
weird.
sort of counter rumors. It was posted in our Discord that apparently, due to Vietnamese law, it's actually really hard to import people, and as in it can take years to get a visa and stuff. Again,
Wow.
these are all rumors, so it might be wrong. Don't take it all with a very, very big grain of salt. But that's what I've heard, and you're not putting that much effort into Sword.
Yeah, please don't.
Like, maybe if you could get the Shy, but that's not happening. So I don't know if anyone will come from overseas, but you touched on it. The 𝘂𝘀 to EVOS rumor. That's insane.
Yeah, it's so hype. Oh man, I'm so excited for that. I really like the EVOS players already. I'm a big fan of Sawn, of course, as you know. I'm a big fan of 𝘀𝘀. I think he's incredible. I like B a lot as well. So this roster with a very strong top laner would be in title contention. I actually think, yeah, if 𝘂𝘀 joins, this is another team that can actually definitely shoot for the top one position even.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, EVOS with 𝘂𝘀 is a title contender, straight up.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I would really like to see 𝘂𝘀, 𝘬𝑚, and Yoshino all fight in the top 3 teams for the title. These 3 are our premier top laners, and I think they deserve to be on different teams and starting positions. So that's what I hope for. Please don't let 𝘬𝑚 once again sit out in favor of 𝘂𝘀. I hope that doesn't happen. So yeah. All lose to 𝘁𝑎NY. I actually forgot to add 𝘁𝑚. I just noticed. I'm very sorry.
You also forgot Big Coro in ADC. Which
true.
Someone on our Facebook pointed out. I'd like to point out, Yulwei made this sheet, so it doesn't reflect on me if he's missed your favorite player. Blame him.
Also,
he made it. I can't believe you missed 𝘁𝑚.
I missed 𝘁𝑚. Yeah, I did. So let's go back to the sheet, maybe. Yep. And do you think there's anyone who could fit the 4? Because I think there's a pretty big difference between the top 3 top laners and the rest of the league.
I agree.
Do you think there's someone in the 40 tier? I'm thinking about Stark.
I don't think Stark played enough games to justify a 4. He the games he played in the playoffs, he was pretty good. He had a couple games where he got smacked in lane, but overall he was good. I mean, they won, so he can't have been terrible. But he only played playoffs, and he isn't meant to be the starting top laner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
So obviously we spoke to the Flash CEO, Terrence Ting, and Stark was always an option to be played, but they wanted to go with Yoshino, but unfortunately Yoshino was ill. So that's why they brought Stark in, and it worked. They won, so I want to give him a 3, but I don't think he played enough games for a 4. I don't think there's any 4s, honestly.
I agree. Yeah, I think we have to also reflect the difference in skill with the reflection value as well. I think it would be kind of weird to give someone a 4, because why would you ever pick someone else than the top 3 if you only spare $1 or whatever our value is? So I think 3 is fine. Other 3s, I think 𝘁𝑚 definitely stepped up big time this season, so I want to give him the 3 as well.
I agree.
Who else do we have? 𝘁𝑚. 𝘁𝑚 is a weird case for me.
Oh, you miscoded as well.
Coded, yeah, right.
We have
so many top laners in this league. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Almost every team has 2 top laners. Yeah. 𝑙𝑙 could be another 3. I'm just looking at the lists. Yeah, I think 𝑙𝑙 is another candidate for 3, and 𝘁𝑚. We have only seen 𝘁𝑚 in Team Secret, so I'm hesitant to give him a 3. I think his laney phase is still a little bit too rough to put him in the same category. Yeah, I agree.
He can't solo carry a game. Like, 𝘀𝗰𝗋 isn't really good enough to be a 4, but 𝘀𝗰𝗋 can carry a game. He did do it a few times where he put the team on his back. So I think he's a 3, and I think that's the difference between a 3 and a 2.
Yeah, I agree. 𝘀𝗰𝗋 is a very high 3 in my opinion as well.
𝘁𝗃 could honestly be 3. Vinny with the takes. I think 𝘁𝗃's a 2.
Yeah, I think 𝘁𝗃's a higher tier 2, but I don't think he's the 3. Not quite.
I think it's not an insane take at the very least.
Yeah. But I think it's a little bit biased towards a little bit of recency bias with the promotion tournament, because he was by far the best top laner there.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also, you have to consider it's promotion tournament, right? So he didn't really have to play any better top laners. Yeah, he tried his best to carry victory, but yeah, in the end it's victory. So
that could be our first 0.
Yeah, I'm not sure about LL.
LL, I think is. I mean, I think the question to ask here is: are there any 1s? Because I think everyone else just kind of washes out to be a 2. I think it's very easy to say who your 1s are, and then everyone else is just a 2.
I think 𝘁𝗏, 𝘀𝗀, and 𝘁𝗰𝗋 should all be a 1. We don't know enough about 𝘁𝗰𝗋. 𝘁𝗏 could actually be a 0, honestly. Yeah, I think we don't give 0s, right?
I don't think we give 0s. I think it's a bit
looked
harsh.
Very bad.
Yeah, 𝘁𝗏 was atrocious in the promotion tournament. And if you're looking bad in the promotion tournament, you're just like 𝘂𝗰𝗋 is just going to turn you inside out.
I would argue YT is a 1 as well.
Yeah.
Don't think he has shown us enough to be a 2. Don't think he's on the same level as players like TH and But1.
Particularly if we're giving 𝘁𝗃 a 2.
Yeah. So my biggest question is still LL. I think he played a pretty good season. He was one of the highest MVP players for his team, one of the carry players. Can we put him on the same tier as 𝘀𝗀𝗋 and 𝘀𝗏? I think 𝘀𝗏 and 𝘀𝗀𝗋 are high 3s, and LL would be a low 3. But I kind of want to separate him from the rest of the 2s.
I think it's fair enough to give him a 3. We just would, like, if you look at it, you'd say, really? LL and 𝘀𝗀𝗋 on the same tier? We've only got 5 tiers, right?
Yeah.
And we're not giving 4s because we want to differentiate big time between the top.
Yeah.
So I think giving him a 3 is fine, but we can just say out loud right now, because it's a podcast, he's a low 3 and 𝘀𝗀𝗋 is a high 3.
Yeah, so you definitely buy much more if you go for 𝘀𝗀𝗋.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we have 𝘁𝗏𝗏.
How about 4 for 𝘀𝗏𝗏? No, he didn't play enough games. He just didn't justify it to me.
Yeah, and his laning phases looked a little bit rough. Yeah, 𝘀𝗏𝗏 is a very high 3, but I don't think he can be. He's not quite close enough to the top 3 to be a 4, in my opinion.
I think there is such a massive gap between the top 3 top laners that giving a 4 is disingenuous because no one's actually that close to them. Also,
and I think the only 4 we could give.
Yeah. By the way, thank you, Facebook audience. You're keeping us honest.
The only 4 we could give is actually 𝘂𝗏, but I would still argue that he will be better in summer. I think you kind of can give 𝘂𝗏 a 4 for spring split, but we were trying to make this for summer, right? So I think for summer 𝘂𝗏 should be back in full form and then be a 5 again. So 𝘁𝗏𝗏, 1 or 2? I don't know. 𝘁𝗏𝗏 is
I think 2. He's the same as 𝘀𝗀𝗏.
Yeah, fair enough. Better laning phase, worse team fighting. I think he's on the level of 𝘀𝗀𝗏. Makes sense.
He's the inverse 𝘀𝗀𝗏. But now junglers. So let's start out with our 5s. Yijin is definitely a 5. 𝘁𝗏𝗏 and DNK. Well, 𝘁𝗏𝗏, I think there's discussion with the other 2. I think those 2 are obvious 5.
Yeah, I think 𝘁𝑚𝑒 is a 5 too.
And then DNK is a 4.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I just want to like really tilt our community and give 𝘁𝑚𝑒.
I know you want to.
Because I know it'll tilt them to the moon.
Yeah, I think 𝘁𝑚𝒑 had his worst split I've ever seen from him, but I think he was still very strong. And he will be better in summer again. He will be super hungry for another title. He lost the title, and he has never lost the final. He has never even lost a game in the finals before. So I think he'll come in and once again show us why he was considered the 𝑛𝑠1 jungler before.
I just like I like poking the bear that is our Discord community.
Absolutely.
Yijin definitely had a better split than Levi. I will never back down from that.
I'd say 𝘁 had a better playoffs than Levi as well, easily.
I would agree. So moving on, particularly as well, like Levi only had 5 games.
Missed some junglers, right?
I think you are missing.
We have Eagle and 𝘀cie from %. 𝘀liche for overpower. Levi, 𝘁, Meliodas.
Yeah, you're definitely missing some because you don't even have every team at the moment.
I think junglers. We don't have many jungle subs, so it might just be all the junglers. It's ridiculous to look at the junglers, the jungler pool and the top lane pool, and think that's all the junglers. But
well, if we're missing anyone, do call us out, chat.
Yeah,
you'll spot it.
We might miss some subs or trainees, but we can't really judge them too well. So yeah. So now the top 4 junglers definitely are these 4, and then we have a big gap. I'd say the next one is 𝘂.
Yeah, I think 𝘂 our only 3.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. He's a very solid player. Not quite the star jungler, but I'd say, yeah.
Y1's missing. Not from the game, just in general.
Y1 is missing. Yeah, he is. Oh, God. Poor lad.
Bring back Y1. Save him. Oh, my.
So let's quickly do the junglers we already know that are Meliodas and 𝘁liche. I'd give Meliodas for pastime's sake. He's close to going down to 1 though. He has had a very rough split.
Yeah,
𝘁liche needs to show us more. He was pretty garbage in split. He was a little bit better in promo.
Yeah,
I think he can go up to 2.
He looked average in the promo tournament, so I don't have any hope for him in the split. So I think a 1. The only thing we can give him.
I agree.
So
now we can talk about 𝘀cie and Eagle a little bit. The 2 junglers coming in for %. Quite interesting junglers. I was very impressed with 𝘀cie in some of the games I've watched. I thought he was the main carry in the early game. He had some off games as well. Of course, he's a very young rookie. He just turned 17 a month ago, so he might be the new youngest player in the league, at least active player.
Can't be younger than 17, right?
Yeah. So yeah, he's a very promising jungle rookie, and that's always interesting to see. I think he will need some time to be able to face players like Levi, Yijin, 𝘁.
Yeah. I think 𝘀cie looked pretty good, honestly. I almost want to give him a 2.
Yeah, I think we can give him a 2 for
the potential.
Just be hyped for him. So, I think
before we move on to Eagle, we'll, from the Facebook chat, in my point of view, DNK is better than 𝘁. I'd love to live in the world you live in. It sounds like a magical place. It's not reality. I hate to be harsh, but 𝘁 had a cracker of a split.
Yeah.
𝘁 was DNK. So good.
DNK is a very strange player. He's very good. He's a very high ceiling player. You'd say he has a lot of pocket picks. He can carry games. He actually collected a lot of MVP points for us. But he also has a lot of off games, in my opinion.
Yeah, Does Not Know became a meme in our Twitch chat for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was this split. It's not like that was a meme that carried over from last year.
Yeah, and of course, 𝘁 can have off games as well. Everyone, I mean, we're still in the minor region, right? So no one is really that consistent. I'd say the most consistent jungler is Yijin. He doesn't really have too many bad games. Some games where he's more invisible, but he doesn't really int too much. Levi also most of the time doesn't int, but 𝘁 has unbelievable carry potential. His pathing sense and his ability to find kills and just jungle advantages is unrivaled, I'd say. I think even when he played against Yijin in the semifinal, he had some games where he just completely outjungled Yijin and made him look like a fool. I think 𝘁's potential is unbelievably high. And this split, he was one of the biggest catalysts for his team. And carried them.
His team didn't
especially in
reach
the early
heights
part. Yeah.
That they did without 𝘁. He was such a big part of that team.
𝘀ike is better at Baron. He's very good at securing objectives. That's
yeah,
fair.
and I think that's why 𝘀ike gets overrated a little bit, and I do
He
mean
has
a
a lot of
little bit
pilot
because
moments.
it's hard to overrate him because he was very, very good. Don't get us wrong,
He's
he was
very good.
fantastic. But people remember the Baron steals. Realistically, if you're having to steal a Baron, you've actually made mistakes. You shouldn't be stealing.
He's in
Barons,
the
you
lead
should be
for.
getting them.
We don't want to.
And the criteria is our opinion.
There isn't this.
Purely subjective. This is
Yeah.
me and Yulwei's opinion. If you disagree with us, fair enough. You're allowed to. But it's our show.
It's basically eye test. We watched every single game, right? So it's from watching and rewatching games and looking at what the players did for their teams. But it's not like we had 20-man stat team behind us to check all the stats we're bringing up here.
We're not looking
our
at
opinions of players. Yeah,
very much.
So 𝘀ike.
Sorry, just to comment on that. If you do have a differing opinion, chuck it in chat. We've got mods. If you're watching on Facebook, we have people relaying everything said on Facebook to us. And if you're watching on Twitch, I'm looking at chat. If you disagree with us, call us out. Like, we'll discuss it. 100%. We might change our mind. We're not locked in. So 𝘀ike, he played what, like 3 games or something? He has to.
He looked pretty good in the games he played, but he's also 𝘀𝗀, and I can't really move away from my bias against 𝘀𝗀 because he was so unbelievably bad in the last split. When 𝘀𝗀 came in, we all thought 𝘀𝗀 was actually a good jungler because of the difference 𝘀𝗀 made compared to 𝘀𝗀, which says a lot. Because I know, because he's not in the league.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get picked up by anyone.
Everyday smart.
So, I'd say 𝘀ike gets 1. It's really hard to judge him.
1 with potential is the way I'd say.
Yeah.
Based on what we've seen, he's a 1, but he'd be someone that could blow us away.
For me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. For me, 𝘀ike is more of the backup plan for this new team. 𝘀cie is the rookie they want to develop, but they have a veteran in 𝘀𝗀, or now called 𝘀ike, behind him. So when 𝘀cie really has an off day, has anxiety issues, isn't too nervous, or whatever the case may be, maybe you just need a veteran voice, then you sub in 𝘀𝗀, but you want to develop 𝘀cie. So I don't think 𝘀ike is there to get a long-lasting starting spot. I think he's more of the backup plan for his team. So.
Oh, okay. So just to clarify, it's based on form last split, but we're giving them values on what we think they'll do next split.
Yeah,
right?
It's for summer.
So it's for summer. So the big one that affected is 𝘂𝗏. If it was based purely on last split, 𝘂𝗏 would have been a 4 because he actually wasn't that great. But I think in summer, if he goes to EVOS and he's a starting top laner, he'll rip everyone up and he'll be a 5.
Indeed. Yeah, we're trying to predict what's going to happen in summer.
Yeah, we're trying to predict summer. So again, it's an opinion. If you want to, we're not going to be offended if you disagree with us. Go ahead. Well, it's a podcast. We'll discuss it. But it's just an opinion for summer. So, mid laners. Tier 1 is a 7?
Yeah. This one will be hard on the scale on 5, because we have to consider 2 things. One is the gap between Tier 1 and everyone else. And then we also have to consider if we actually give Tier 1 a 5 and then the next one only a 3, it's going to be very low budget to pick up a mid laner. I don't think we can do that.
We almost have to give Tier 1 a 6.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that as well. It's our game, so we can do that.
I mean, we make the rules, right? He is so unbelievably good.
Yeah. 39 solo kills in less than 39 games. I think it was 32 games or something he played in regular season, and he had almost 40 solo kills. Unbelievable.
It's ridiculous. We say it's a meme, but we had the running joke of, Tier 1's hit 6, put the camera on mid lane, he's about to get a solo kill. But it was barely a joke. he did it in most games. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
go back and watch some of
good.
those. Yeah, he's unbelievable, and I don't think he's going to get worse. He's still a very new player. He's still only 18. He came into the league last year. He just got his first final, and you have to look at his progression. First split, he entered. He got into playoffs and actually was pretty close to making it already. Then the second split, he kind of failed on EVOS. Of course, they were sixth place, so couldn't really get to playoffs. And then he goes over to GAM, dominates regular season, gets to finals, loses finals. So now there's only one thing for him to do, and that is win the finals, go to the international tournament, and stomp some international mid laners. Show Faker his place.
Comment from chat: the gap between DR1 and Artifact is not that great. I'm sorry, but do you watch the games? Artifact is mad overrated. This community has such a big rose-tinted goggles for Artifact. He didn't have a good split.
I can see where he's coming from. I think Artifact has by far the biggest potential out of any of the other mid-laners, and he looked super good in summer. He had a pretty off split. He was ill for like 2 weeks, and then it was hard for him to come back. They had the move. He looked pretty good in players. I think he had fine best of 5 against EVOS.
Yeah, I think I agree with Beast in chat on Twitch, who said Artifact had a bad split. If it was Artifact last split, as in summer of 2019, it's a 4. This split, it's probably a 3. I agree. I think Artifact had a bad split. He's a good player. We're not going to sit here and say he's a shit player. He's not, but he had a rough split. There were external factors, as you said. It wasn't all his fault, but we can only judge by what actually comes out on the end.
I actually would like to give him a 4 because I think he's going to recover for summer. We've seen his form tick up a little bit at the last few weeks. He has now had time to settle in with his team. He has now had time to recover, get back in form, grind solo queue, and I think he's going to hit summer very hot and be the main carry of the team again. So I want to give him a 4. I think he has the potential to stand out and maybe even challenge DR1. I think his laning phase is by far the second, is the closest to DR1 anyone has gone.
Really? I thought 𝘁𝗏 was very good. I wanted to give
𝘁𝗏 was very
4.
good. Yeah, I want to give 𝘁𝗏 4 too. I want to give both of those players a 4.
I agree with that.
For different reasons, though. I think 𝘁𝗏's laning phase is not super great. He has been killed by DR1 time and time again, solo kills. But he is very valuable for his team. He has been able to pilot Galio very effectively. He's been able to play all those roaming terms, try to go for AD. He was a rookie this split, and he looked super good. So I think his way is... Yeah, his trajectory is also pointing upwards.
Yeah, I think I agree with giving Artifact and 𝘁𝗏 4s. I'd say 𝘁𝗏 is a higher 4 in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But this is for summer, and I think if it was purely ranking people based on spring, I'd give Artifact a 3. But I think he's on an upward trajectory. I agree with you.
Also very interesting to give both of those players a 4 because they play very differently in teams. If you want to build your team around ADC, like Flash did, I think 𝘁𝗏 is a way better pickup than Artifact is. If you want to play topside focused with a very strong jungler, I think it's better to go for Artifact. If you go 𝗁 Artifact, I think 𝗁 Artifact would be better than 𝗁 𝘁𝗏.
I agree.
But I'd say 𝘁𝗏 Slater is better than its Artifact Slater. So it's actually... when it comes to team building, you then have to consider which style of team you want to go for. So I think it's very nice to have both players with very different skills on the same value.
Yep, I agree with that. That makes a lot of sense to me. So moving on to someone else who'll be worth a lot of points, I think we'll have a rule that you can spend 5 of your budget to make the other player pick up victory.
Oh god!
I just
you can get victory for free. I just decided.
No, I don't think we go down to zeros. I think he's still a 1. No? He's a very low 1. Victory was the worst player in the VCS.
Yeah,
and it wasn't close. He was horrible.
Is there any 3? I'd say 𝘀𝗏 is probably.
I think 𝘀𝗏 and 𝘁𝗏 can make a case for a 3.
𝘁𝗀𝗃. I
Make a
don't know if I
case.
want.
He's a high
Is
2.
𝘁𝗃?
He'd be a high 2 because I don't. The thing is can we give anyone
Below
else a
3 or
1?
high 2?
Like maybe we do have to give 𝘁𝗃ry a 0, or we can't give anyone else a 1.
No, I think 𝘀𝗀𝗃 and 𝘃ht. 𝘃ht could be a 2. Yeah, I think 𝘁𝗃 has to be a 3 if you look at the other ones.
Yeah.
I think 𝘁𝗃, it's very 𝘁𝗃 is a little bit of a coin flip. It's very difficult to pick up 𝘁𝗃 if you go for this if you want to play this game, because you never know what you get. I think in the split he looked pretty bad. In players he looked very solid though.
Which
He was
is a
very
big
strong
test,
on late
right?
game. Yeah. And players is more important in the end. So I think he's a very low 3, but we kind of have to give him 3 still.
So to address Vinny in chat, who wants 𝘀𝗀𝗃 as a 3. 𝘀𝗀𝗃 was really good in the promo series tournament. He was really, really good.
Yeah.
I want to give him a 2, a high 2.
We can give him a 3. I mean, if people want to gamble on rookie talent, it's his first VCS split. So
to address chat,
no
I don't
one
think
really
a
knows.
1v1 tournament means much. I don't put any stock in that.
Yeah, it's a very different game.
I
very different.
I don't think 𝘁𝗃 winning.
Yeah,
a
one
1v1
is
tournament
much more about actually knowing how to play the game mode than actually knowing how to play the game. So.
I don't think that means. But I mean, if it means something to you, fair enough. Opinions. Hot take: 𝘁𝗃ry was the worst player in promotions. Give 𝘁𝗃.
Oh, 𝘁𝗃 was so bad.
𝘁𝗃 was shocking. 𝘁𝗃ry was
bad.
really bad though. He's definitely bottom 3.
And the last best of 5, I think he was fine mostly.
I'd have to go back and watch the games. I'll admit I've purged them a little bit from my memory.
So, do we want to hop on the hype train for 𝘀𝗀𝗃, or do we?
Let's be bold and give him a 3.
Yeah, why not? So, 𝘁, I think is
let's make
definitely
Vinny
2.
happy.
𝘃ht.
Oh, true. Also, 𝘁𝗃ry probably wasn't that low because 𝑀TV did play in promotion. They count. They would. Oh, that was not a good team.
Yeah, that's true.
So then we've got the 2, 𝘃ht and 𝘀𝗀𝗃. Are they 1s or 2s?
Yeah, it's very hard to say. Man.
Also, can we rank Blazers? Because we don't have past form.
It's very hard, right?
I almost think we have to.
𝘃ht is a 2 for me.
𝘃ht is a 2, 𝘀𝗀𝗃 is a 1.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But that's where almost you have to put 𝘁𝗃ry as a 0 because 𝘀𝗃𝗃 was distinctly better. But I think we can just I think we put 𝘁𝗃ry as a 0.
You get it for free if you want.
Yeah, if you want 𝘁𝗃ry as a mid laner, you don't have to pay budget for him.
Yeah,
I still wouldn't do it. I think he has to pay you.
So Blazers.
I mean, I've never seen Blazers play mid. Right?
I don't really remember.
I wasn't watching the VCS when he played mid, so I have no idea. Based on his form as an ADC, his positioning is fine, but he didn't play anything mechanically super difficult, right?
Yeah.
He just played like Aphelios and stuff. I don't know how that translates to mid lane. I don't know how to rank Blazers. I almost want to put him as an NA.
Yeah, question mark.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's really impossible to know. I'd say if you really had to put a number on him, he would be a 2 for me because no one knows. But
yeah, I just
maybe he's super good. I have no idea.
He might prove to be really good, but I don't know. And I think it's
hype
unfair.
Saying Blazers maybe a high 3 or a 4.
Yeah,
Holy
I saw that comment. Like, maybe, but I think it's unfair to put him there. Because he hasn't got form to go off, right? If we say he's a 3, and like, what does that mean? He did better than 𝘁? He didn't play mid.
Yeah.
Even though 𝘁 had a crap split. I almost want to rank Blazers as an ADC, even though he's not going to play ADC next split.
He's in the ADC column as well. So yeah.
So another
Yes,
comment from Facebook. Froggy is
I've
actually
seen that.
good. Why'd he get 1? I think 2's okay. Not
It's
really.
between 1 and 2.
He's a high 1. He's like a 1.
He's a high 1, but its laning phase is so unbelievably bad. I can value his cool champion pool. I know he does a lot of cool plays, but every time he lanes straight up, he's 20-30 CS down. So I don't think we can really give him a 2.
I think he's got potential. You know what?
Yeah, absolutely.
I reckon we can give him a 2. I'm going to change my mind.
Potential.
That comment has changed my mind. He's young. He's actually young. I actually reckon we can give him a 2. I want to go back and give him a 2.
Okay.
I've been convinced.
I concede. I think picking Froggy over Null, even though Null is a little washed, would be a little bit inting. But I guess if you really believe in him, you can go for it.
I think Froggy has more room to grow. I think Froggy's on an upward trajectory.
Definitely.
Froggy is going up while Null's going down. So I think there is an argument for Froggy, depending on what the rest of you say. So, ADCs. Let's start with our 5s.
Yeah, there's 2 5s, in my opinion.
Only 2.
You think Celeb?
I think Celebrity's the lowest of. I think he's in discussion. So Slater and 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 are definitely 5.
Yes, I agree.
There is no argument that they're 5. And then Celebrity's the one that we're going to need to talk about.
It's so hard.
It is hard.
It depends a lot on what the meta will actually be for summer. If Senna, Aphelios, and maybe 𝘀𝘀_𝘀𝗀 still stay in meta, I think he's a 5 as well. If we go to Xayah, Kai'Sa meta, I don't think he's on the level of Slater and 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶.
Well, I mean, so far, have there been any big changes to ADC? There's the big patch coming. Well, I say big, it's fairly big, where everyone's getting a little bit more attack speed from their items, and everyone's a bit tankier in bot. That I almost think someone I want to look at for that is Lucian. I think Lucian will be very happy there. Just because he's a bit tankier. I don't think
Celebrity is that great Lucian player.
Exactly. That's my point. But that meta doesn't exist yet. I'm not going to be someone Slater could be a 6, actually. I don't want to give another 6. I think Tier 1 was so much better than everyone else.
I think
he was very good, though.
Yeah. If you look at Slater 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 clash in semifinals, we had 2 games where 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 smashed Slater and 2 games where Slater smashed 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶. I think it's very close between the 2.
Yeah. I think Slater and 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 are super close to each other. They're both incredible.
Yeah.
I think Tier 1 was just by far the best player in the VCS.
I agree.
That's why I want to give
But I'd say Slater is, if you want to pick AD carry comps, I think Slater is a better pick, but I actually think 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 overall is not overall. I think 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 is better in the early game. I think 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 is a little bit better in lane than Slater, and Slater is a little bit better in team fights. That would be my
fair assessment.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, but I guess I actually like giving Celebrity a 5, also for the sake of the game. If you actually want to go for an ADC that brings very different things to the table, Celebrity would be an interesting option. Weak side or playing more mage style ADCs.
Yeah, I do want to give Celebrity a 4 though.
A 4? Yeah.
I think he's like a 4.8, right?
Yeah.
I just think Slater and 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 are better, but Celebrity was also very good. So Slater and 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 can't be equal because Slater carried his team to the championship. Not really how that works. There were other factors.
Slater also has a better team than 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶, so
yeah.
I mean, it's not a 1v1 game. So
yeah, there are other factors at that. When they actually matched up against each other, it was super even.
Look at top and mid gap in those teams, and then tell me again that 𝘀cie_𝗶𝗶 had to carry as hard as Slater.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
So who else is fairly easy to rank?
I actually have to say for me, I want to rely on chat for 𝘀𝘀. Give me a number for 𝘀𝘀. I don't know.
Can chat vote on 𝘀𝘀? Can someone give us the Facebook opinion as well? I don't know.
Can we do a chat poll? I actually have absolutely no idea how to rank 𝘀𝘀. He was the legendary ADC, right? So who knows? He could be 4. He could be pretty bad. He could be pretty washed. Yeah, it's very hard to say. Maybe chat can give us some numbers.
Yeah, I think
𝘀𝘀 10. Yeah,
I don't think
no.
so. I think, I mean, sure, we can put him as a 10, and then no one can have him on their team.
Yeah, nice.
Well, no one of me and you. We'll come back to 𝘀𝘀. If chat wants to give us your opinion on 𝘀𝘀, we don't know how to rank him, so chat will rely on you. Be reasonable. He's not a 5. He hasn't got reason enough for him to be a 5, so be reasonable. Let's talk about everyone else.
Artemis.
I don't know. It's kind of boring.
He's kind of good.
Yeah, he's kind of good, but he just like isn't a super standout, so I don't know where to rank him.
Yeah, it's between 3 and 4 for me.
Yeah.
We could actually give him a 3 and make him very nice to pick up. I think if you give him a 3, he's actually a very nice pickup if you don't want to go for ADC focused teams.
Yeah, I like that. I like the logic.
Then who else does anyone else deserve a 3? 𝘀𝗀𝗆?
𝘀𝗀𝗆 is a 3.
Yeah, lower 3. In my opinion, Artemis is better, but
yeah, I think they're both a 3. Apparently, Facebook chat is mostly saying 3 for 𝘀𝘀. We'll give him a 3.
3, okay.
But just to clarify, that's on you, chat. I don't know. He might end up being a 10. He might end up being a 0. Who knows? Police.
So,
this hurts.
Why did you disappoint me so much, my boy?
Really, really disappointed.
So let's start with 𝘁 and 𝘁𝗀𝗆. I think 𝘁𝗀𝗆 deserves a 2.
Yep, I agree.
I'm really not sure about 𝘁. I don't think I saw enough games to really come to a conclusion on him.
Yeah, he looked okay.
Yeah, he looked okay. He didn't look great.
I think he can be a 2 because he's a rookie. So if you wanted him for your team, maybe you can, if he looked pretty good in a less professional environment, so maybe he'll look really good when he's got coaches and stuff around him. I think a 2 is okay, but it's a low 2.
Yeah. It's a low 2 or high 1. I think the trend is to give rookies higher numbers than they are actually at because they have time to improve. So I think it's fair to give him a 2 as well.
Yeah.
But if anyone picks 𝘁 over 𝘁𝗀, I think you're inting. So
you're inting. Police.
I think we have to give him a 1. Yeah.
And that sucks because I really like him.
Fucking hurts, man.
It really fucking hurts. He's a good... I like him. I believe he'll bounce back, but it has to be a 1 after the last split.
If we go back to 𝘁𝗀𝗆 Lucian meta, he can go up to a 4 again.
Do we want... I don't think we rank Xin for ADC.
Yeah, I think he has made the transition to support,
I think we get rid of him.
I can.
And then let's give 𝘀𝘀 a number. I guess. Do we want to give 𝘀𝘀 a number? Because otherwise 𝘀𝘀 is like kind of isn't in the game. I think we give 𝘀𝘀 an ADC number. Keeping in mind that he's probably going to play mid lane. But we couldn't rank him for mid lane because we had no idea. I think 𝘀𝘀's was a 3.
Is he a 3 or is he a 2?
I think he's a low 3. I think you have to put team success in there, right?
Yeah, considering that he's also role swapping back to his former position, I think it's fair to give him a 3 and assume that he's going to be good on mid lane. So yeah, I think only ADC I'd probably tend towards 2, but I think it's between 2 and 3. It's very hard to judge him. Yeah. He has one of the best supports alongside him. He is a very good team around him, so he looked quite lost compared to Slater and Final, so it's definitely a big gap between those two, but
yeah, I mean, but like you have to give some credit for he was on 𝘀𝗀, who until the final looked unbeatable, right?
And he actually
And he had some standout games. Like he did have some very good affiliates.
Yeah, especially on his affiliates. He actually in the last time before finals they met with 𝘀cie. He stomped Slater in lane. He just got a 20 CS lead or something with his affiliates. So yeah, he can be a good laner. I think his mechanics are there. He's just not quite the ADC player.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he goes back to mid lane, maybe he's more comfortable there. I'm sure he can be a standout player. But he wasn't a standout player on 𝘀𝗀. To be fair, very hard to stand out on that team. Playing with some sick players. So he's definitely not bad. So supports, there's only 1-5.
There's only 1-5.
CBL. I don't think there's another 5. Who's the other 5?
Oh,
𝘀𝗏, I guess, but 𝘀𝗏 played such a minimized role on his team.
Huh.
Right? He's sick. There's only 1-5, and it's 𝘀𝗀. Thanks, Vinny.
Oh god. Go away. Go away.
If he gets barred every game. I said, like, okay, fine. Let's talk about 𝘀𝗏, because he is a 5-star player in terms of skill, but did he have a 5-star split?
Will he have a 5-star split next split with an actual ADC?
Get an actual.
Oh, no way is confirmed.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah, no way is confirmed. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, I think we have to give 𝘀𝗏 a 5. I take it back. I forgot no way was confirmed. Yeah,
I think so too.
I had a brain fade.
I think if we only judged on Spring Split, I think CBL needs to be a tier above. But yeah, I think for summer, they are the 2 premier support players.
Yep, I agree. So we can definitely put 𝘀𝗏 at 5 for that. Everyone else?
Be a 4?
Yep, I like that.
𝘀.
I want to give him a 3.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen enough to give him a 4, but he's close to qualifying for a 4.
Yeah, he was on a fairly bad
for my team. I think I'm going to go 𝘀 for support. I have a lot of faith.
Out.
So, 𝘀𝗏.
You'll have to give me edit power on the page, by the way.
Yeah, I have to figure out how to do that, but yeah, I'm
figure it out after. So 𝘀𝗏 is a tricky one. Do we want to just lock in the easy ones first?
Yeah, let's do that.
𝘀𝗀's a 1.
Yes.
He looked very good on his Bard, but everything else he looked pretty shocking, and that was in Probos, so he's a 1.
I think Venus is a 3, very solid, under the radar. Doesn't really do much, but doesn't really do much wrong either. So he's just a solid player.
Hey, settle. Sorry, that's my bird. He's having a yell.
Did I forget anyone?
I don't think so.
𝘁𝗀. He's kind of whatever. He's like, who is 𝘁𝗀?
From Facebook, no way is worth a 2 at present since he left his career at EVOS. We let chat decide, and chat decided a 3.
Yeah.
That's up to chat. Maybe he is a 2. You're not wrong.
Wait, we don't even have to give 𝘁𝗀 a number, because 𝘀 is going to play. Actually, I can remove 𝘁𝗀.
Yeah, you can actually get rid of 𝘁𝗀.
Yeah, I think we don't rate 𝘁𝗀. I don't think 𝘁𝗀 is actually playing, so go away. 𝘁. 2?
2.
I think he's better than 𝘀𝗀.
Yeah, I think he's a 2. A low 2. He was pretty bad.
Yeah, a low 2. But yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, there's 𝘁𝗶𝗆, but he didn't play. Like, he's a sub.
And we can't really rate him for that, so yeah. There's some sub-support players and some trainees, but yeah, it doesn't really make sense to rate them. We have no idea, so...
Yeah, we'd just be giving them a 1, and then no one would pick them for their team. So, we're gonna flick. We'll just do we have to do 𝘀𝗏.
I'd argue we have to give him a 3 for summer, not because he's not on a 4 level, but because the meta looks anti-𝘀𝗏 right now. We are trending towards ranged support enchanters, and 𝘀𝗏 is very good on Leona and the likes, so I'd say he's probably not going to look as good as he did this split, and then he's a 3.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, just to answer chat, Value measures their price on transfer market or just about the performance. what we're doing is we're doing a fun little imagination exercise where once we work out everyone's price, we're gonna build a team, and we're just gonna ignore that. We're gonna pretend that there's an open transfer market. Obviously, there's not. So we're just giving everyone a price so that we can play that game, right? It's a fun exercise. You can play along with us, build your own team once we talk about how that's gonna work. Have we done everyone? Do we want to go over them quickly?
Yep. We've so we have we can go team by team basically. So we have plays for 𝘀𝗰. 𝘀𝗰 is worth 5. Levi is worth 5 as well. 𝘀𝘀 is the only 6th player in this in this whole game. Then we have 𝘀𝘀, who chat voted for and gave him a 3. We have no idea how good he's going to be, and 𝘀𝘀 is on 5. So the only player not with the highest value for 𝘀𝗰 is 𝘀𝘀. The ADC position is still a little bit of a problem. We have 𝘀𝑠ℎ. And 𝘀𝑠ℎ has 𝘂𝑚 on 5 and 𝘀ark on 3. For top lane, Yi-Jin is a 5. 𝘁𝗏 is a 4 in mid lane, so the second best value in mid lane. Slater, of course, is a 5, highest value in ADC. And CBL is also a 5. So very high numbers for the 𝘀𝑠ℎ players as well.
Unsurprised.
All around very strong. Yeah, very strong team. You can't buy 𝘀𝑠ℎ. 𝘀𝑠ℎ or 𝘀𝗀 are already way over budget. We're going to play this game with 15.
Yeah.
So there's no way you can build a team as good as 𝘀𝑠ℎ or 𝘀𝗀.
Yeah, so we're challenging ourselves. We're only going to have $15 to buy players. That's quite low.
Yes.
So we're definitely going to have to make compromises.
Absolutely. So 𝘂𝑎𝑠, looking at 𝘂𝑎𝑠's players, we have 𝑏ud1 on 2. He's not too expensive if you want to go for him. We have 𝑇H also on 2. I think that's fair. 𝑇H is probably a little bit higher. I think it's fair to give them the same number. Then we have 𝘁 is 5. I think the 𝘁 and 𝘀𝑎𝑘 the only players and the 𝘂𝑎𝑠 that are worth the highest cost, 5. Their mid laner 𝘁𝗏 is at 2 or 3? 3. We have given them a 3. And of course, B is a 4. So pretty high value team as well. Then the next one would be Team Secret, of course. 𝘁𝗏 and 𝘁𝗏𝗺 are both a 2 in the top lane. We have DNK and 4 in the jungle. We got Artifact 4 in the mid lane. We expect him to be better than this season, so we gave him a 4. ADC is Celebrity, who got a 4 from us, so almost as high as Slater and 𝘀𝑚 as well. And support Venus is a very solid 3. I think we don't need to go through all the other teams. We can
stop
end.
there.
Yeah. I think maybe interesting to look at the new team, which is of course Percent. They have top laners Simon and 𝘀𝗀, both on 1 for us. 𝘀𝗀 could be there could be an argument for 𝘀𝗀. Yeah, it's Django. Yeah, Django is an Optimus, right? I'm sorry. So it's actually Simon and it's 𝑌𝑇.
No, it's Simon and 𝘀𝗀. Simon plays for OPG.
Yep, fair enough. So they are 1. We have in the jungle 𝘀𝑎𝑐, a very promising rookie. We gave him a 2. Eagle, the backup player, is only a 1. The mid laner for this team is 𝘀𝑎𝑟𝑖, and he is the very promising rookie. We gave him a 3, and are very hyped to see him play in the next season. Maybe he's going to be a 4 or even a 5. Who knows? He looked very strong in the promotion tournament. 𝘁, ADC, was decent, a 2 for us. And support is, of course, 𝘁𝑎𝑐, and 𝘁𝑎𝑐, well, has room to grow. Let's put it like that.
We can put it like that. So, as I said, so the rules are, if you'd like to play along with us, that is all the values. 𝘁𝗏 is way too cheap, easy 3. His landing phase is too bad. It's just too bad. I can't give him a 3 when his landing phase is that crap. He's a high 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to flick back over. If you'd like to play along, you have $15. Right? So you have to make a team. So you obviously need 1 player in each role. You need $15 total. Bring this back up so we can build. So can you give me edit rights?
I would like to, yeah. How would you actually do that? Okay, that makes sense. There we go. 15 is going to be hard, by the way, and
Yeah.
we're probably going to end up with a few inters here and
A
there.
few question marks. I think when we were talking about this, we were like, I think most people would do 18. Let's do 15, just to really challenge ourselves.
So, top laners. Where do I want my carry to be?
I've got 12 already, and I'm stumped what my bot lane is. Yeah. I think that's a problem a few of us are going to run into. Can I edit yet?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't.
Why?
Let me edit. Hang on, let me refresh the page. Ah, cool.
Definitely edit.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to make a personal rule for me and you? We won't say it out loud, but we can't pick the same player.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so I'll let you have first pick for top laners. Don't say it out loud because I want a surprise chat when we come back. I'll let you have first pick and then we'll alternate. Actually, no. You can pick if you want first pick for top and then we'll alternate. So if you go first for top, I go first for jungle, then you go first for mid.
No, I want first for... I think I want first for support.
So you need to go 1, 2, 1, 2. You need to go first now.
Okay. On top lane.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't built my team.
Neither mind. I'm just thinking of this off the top. So put your name next to who you pick.
Lane.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm starting here.
8, 11.
So then I get first pick of jungler.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Fuck. You got me.
Wait, oh no, I replaced a mid laner. Oh no, I didn't. Sorry.
Okay. Need to take him then.
So if you're playing along, do tell us who your picks are in chat. We'll talk about them once we've finished ours. So you have first mid lane pick.
We have 9 left. What can I go for?
I have less than 9.
9. I would have 5 left then. Fuck, ADCs are expensive.
Yeah, ADC is hard.
Oh. If LL and this is
Well, I get first pick on ADC, so I'm gonna pick my ADC.
I think I'm going.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
5, 9, 11. So I have 4 for my bot lane. Shit.
I have 5 for my bot lane.
I get first pick, though, so I can take this.
It's doomed.
What's funny is you can bankrupt me.
If I take Hin, no. If I take Hin, you can't do anything. You have to go Lisa.
I have to take Lisa.
I don't want to go Hin though. I have 5 left. So.
I actually think I'm gonna make a change. Hey, settle.
Do you go Artemis or Vicar? I think I go Artemis.
Oi, come here. Let me get my bird.
So first pick for me on support, and I have 2 left. So I have to go Hin. I'm sorry. Have fun with Lisa.
Of course he immediately flies away. Why wouldn't he? Can you see the sheet? Yeah, I'll bring it back up. Oh, hang on. No, I don't want to bring it back up because then you see our teams. Give me a sec. You can see it in a sec. We're nearly finished. What did you go for support? You took him, you bastard.
I had to. I only had $2 left.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so let's bring the sheet back up, and you'll be able to see what me and Yulwei have picked. There. So we started off. Do you want to talk through what our picks are? What's everyone else gone?
Yeah, I really wanted to go for 𝘀, but then I realized 𝘀 is so expensive that I cannot afford him. So Yoshino, Yijin, PHT, Artemis, Lisa. Interesting team. Very topside focused.
Your team. You're writing the team.
That's 𝘊𝐶𝗰𝗋's team. I think your bot side is looking a little bit rough though, with Lisa, Artemis bot lane, and PHT in the mid lane, inting away.
Yeah, I got a little bit. I've made some mistakes because I wanted. I got Vit for my bot lane.
That's nice. I think Vit is a little bit of a steal. So I went very.
Is that legible? Just chat. Can you read this, or is it zoomed out too much? Make it a little bit bigger.
I think it's fine.
Because I wanted to show everything, but can you guys read that?
Yeah, I think it's big enough. Hold up.
Vit's a 2.
Yeah, I went with a very Cerberus focused team, I guess. I have 3 Cerberus players. I think Cerberus is a very solid team, but they need a carry player. So I went topside for Cerberus, LL and 𝘀𝗏. I think they are solid players. And I kind of had to go 𝘀𝗏 because all the other junglers are so expensive. And yeah, the less expensive junglers are shit. So it's the only viable jungler. I think 𝘀𝗏 is another option. I considered 𝘀𝗏 as well, but yeah, it's risky. So my main carry is Artifact in the mid lane. I think he's going to have a very strong season as well. I think he's the second best laner in the mid lane. So throwing everything at him to carry me is going to be my plan. Artemis is a very solid bot laner. And 𝘁 is not great, but I don't have budget for support. So.
Yeah, I'm going on the PHT Vit train. I think they're going to get better. And I didn't have the budget. So I wanted a really solid top side. In 𝘁𝗏 and DNK. They're both very, very good. And I don't have to worry about them. And I think PHT and Vit have room to improve. So let's have a look at who other people are picking. So
Stark, Levi, Yado, 𝘁𝑚ei, 𝘁𝑚. Not a bad team. I think topside can be very strong. 𝘁𝑚ei, 𝘁𝑚 is a little bit of a question mark. If 𝘁𝑚ei is actually good, could be a strong team.
I didn't want to put 𝘁𝑚ei because
I don't know. I think this team could be very strong. Main carry is Levi, which can work well. And Yado can also step into carry position sometimes.
Yoshino, Yoshino, 𝘀𝗏, 𝘀𝗏, Vit, Venus from Vinny. I reckon that's actually pretty good.
All in on the rookies.
Yeah, that's I mean 𝘀𝗏, I think Vinny's right with that 𝘀𝗏 can do it if he has a top laner. I think that's where they were let down a lot. I like Vinny's team.
Let's 𝘀𝗶𝗋, of course, the support main going with CBL. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's not wrong.
And with CBL would be super exciting to see how much Vit can develop with CBL alongside him.
Totally.
I think your bot side looks super good, 𝘀𝗶𝗋, but your top side is worrying me a little bit. Meliodas, Hani,
yeah. Ooh. I think I'd take 𝘀𝗏 over Meliodas pretty much 100% of the time. I think 𝘀𝗏's got more potential.
I think especially if you go Hani top lane, 𝘀𝗏 might be a better choice because he can maybe grow into a carry player. While I think Meliodas will always be the ganking jungler, the facilitating jungler.
But to be fair, maybe you shouldn't listen to me because I ended up with Lisa.
I mean, you kind of had to go Lisa. You actually have $1 left. You can upgrade in one position.
Oh, do I have $1 left? Oh.
Because I took Hin, right? So you had to go Lisa because you couldn't afford anyone else.
This is a very easy decision. Go Yijin instead.
That's nice. Yeah.
Or we could. I could have gone up. I couldn't go to a 3 because I don't want Blazers because he's not a real ADC. I don't want 𝘁𝑚ei because I don't know if he's good. And then you stole the other 3.
I'd actually upgrade mid lane for your team, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I'd go Glory or Yada.
Actually, I think you're
over
right.
PhD.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
I'm not the biggest believer in PhD.
I'm going to do that. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to listen to my color caster. I'm going to go Glory. I have faith. On the
and then your top side looks super solid. Especially if Glory is a good player. 𝘀cie and 𝘀𝗶𝗆, that is a bot side to play with. But then you just have to see if better bot lane always wins, because then your team is going to.
I think your team looks really good. I wouldn't want to cast it because Artifact Artemis.
True. I think my team's super boring, but I think it's pretty good for $15.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's just solid players in every position, and then Artifact might carry.
That was a fun bit of a game to sort of think about next split. But so if we want to move on from that, we won't be talking about too much else. There's not much to talk about. It's off season. But we do have confirmed teams coming into the VCS. Do we want to talk about them for a little bit? We haven't really spoken since promos.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about promos. We've touched on some of the players already. I think the two most interesting players, as we've already touched on, are 𝘀𝗶𝗆 and 𝘀𝗀ei. And man, this league is a blessing in terms of rookie talent. There's so many rookies stepping in every year, and half of the league is still half rookies as well. Look at Dia1. He just won MVP, and he's only 18. He's only his second year of playing, so he's still almost a rookie as well. So there's still a lot of room to grow for him, which is super scary. To look at 𝘁𝗏 had an outstanding first split. Artifact is a little bit of an older player already, but I think he can also still grow. And even players like Yulwei and 𝘀𝗀, who are considered old veteran players, are only 23. So this league is so young, so unbelievably young.
Absolutely. So, I mean, things are only going to get better for the VCS. And I think both of the teams that came in, I'm excited for. I'm particularly excited for 𝘀%. I think 𝘀% look really good. I know a lot of people are excited for OPG because of Optimus. Do you think OPG can become a new king? Give him, not next split, give him a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Optimus is the thing is apparently Optimus isn't coaching. He's doing the business side, right? He's being a CEO, not a coach or a manager, which means I want to say, oh, well, it's Optimus, he's done it before, he can do it again, but he's not doing it. So does OPG have more of a chance than anyone else?
I would actually argue OPG is the less exciting team of the
agree.
two. I know a lot of people are like Optimus and are big fans of him as an owner, but looking at the players, 𝘀𝗀𝗆 top lane, meh. DK, meh. PhD, yeah, can develop, but it hasn't really shown us too much in the first split. 𝘁 and 𝘁, I think, are the strongest players on the team. Especially 𝘁 has surprised me so much. I'm a big fan of 𝘁. So this team can develop. They have a lot of potential, but I think the other newcomer is way more exciting because they bring some very new players to the table, especially 𝘀𝗀ei, of course. 𝘂𝚎, 𝘀𝗀ei, this jungle mid duo, if they actually show us something or show up, they could be super exciting to watch. I don't think they have. Vietnam is the VCS is super, super difficult to play in because it's only 4 playoff spots. We have all our 4 teams from this split, or the top 4 teams, will only get better. EVOS looks super strong. Team Secret has now established all their facilities. They will only get better. 𝘀𝗀 is always going to be a title contender, and 𝘁𝗏 just won the title. So it's super hard to even break into the top 4. But yeah, this team could just give us exciting and fun stuff to talk about and cast.
Yeah,
so I really like to look at 𝘀%.
The sort of finish on OPG. Yeah, I agree. Super exciting. I wish the best for them because, Optimus is a veteran of the scene. We want to see him succeed. But this is just VGA. As a team, if you separate the Optimus name value, it's just VGA with a jungler, which isn't super exciting. They might do well, but I would. We're not going to do our predictions yet because it's way too early. But I would be doing my early prediction to say they probably go back to the promo tournament.
I agree.
I think they're good enough to win a promo tournament. Obviously, they just did. But I don't think they're that great. Hot take. I think %.
Yeah, let's finish with hot takes.
Hot take. % comes higher than DBL next split. DBL goes to relegations. % doesn't. That's my hot take.
Yeah, that's pretty hot. I think it's possible, especially if 𝘀𝗰𝗋 and 𝘀𝗀𝗋 step up and 𝘀𝗀𝗋 becomes a better mid laner than 𝘁. Absolutely. Top lane is not the strongest role for them, but we have seen top lane shift back into a more weak side focused lane most of the time, especially with Stark winning over 𝘀𝗰𝗋 and Zeros. I think you definitely can see that you can win with weaker top laners. So
that's weird. I just got a message from a bot. You have been banned from VCS English.
What?
For predicting that DBL is going to get relegated. I was making a joke, don't worry. They haven't actually banned me yet.
Nice.
Yeah, I think DBL is pretty shocking. And I think they're on a downward trajectory while everyone else is on a big upswing. I think % is super exciting. If 𝘂𝚎 and 𝘀𝟧, if 𝘂𝚎 is just good enough...
And even 𝘁, honestly.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk about the mid-jungle duo because it's so important. I think they're up there. They're not going to... I don't think they'll make playoffs, and I don't think they're going to win the split or anything like that. But I think they'll be legit. I think they'll be a good team.
Yeah.
Which is good. Replace FTV with something good.
Yeah, hopefully. At least something exciting. So I'm not sure if I would call them good. I think they're going to be decent, but they're going to have exciting players and be able to build on that for the next split. I don't think this is a team that can actually contest for world spots. We only have 2 world spots. It's already super hard to get to playoffs. So yeah.
No, I don't think they'll make
really
playoffs. I would be picking them in 5th or 6th. Probably 6th.
Yep, I agree.
But again, we're not doing our predictions yet. We need to actually have the off-season play out and know who's playing for who.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any hot takes?
So this is going to be very hot. I'm going to burn myself with this hot take. But I think if Zeros goes to EVOS is going to win VCS.
Yeah, I'm fully up with you on that one. I think at least they'll make final.
Yeah, I was already super impressed with this EVOS in playoffs. I think they showed us insane potential in the bot lane in the early game as well. 𝘁 is one of my favorite players. 𝘀𝗀𝗋 is my favorite ADC in VCS. I know Slater is probably a little bit better, but I like 𝘀𝗀𝗋 a lot. I think he has a lot of carry potential. 𝘀𝗀𝗋 B proved to be a super strong lane, and if they can upgrade top lane and 𝘁𝗏𝗋 can be as consistent as he was in players, this team has almost no weakness. And then, yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do.
We'll just leave it at the hot take that if Zeros goes to EVOS, they win the VCS. That's your hot take. Mine is that DBL goes to relegations and % doesn't. Rather, I'm going to change my hot take. % finishes higher than DBL. That's what I'm thinking. I just think that % will come 6th, which means DBL has to come 7th. So, is there anything else we want to talk about? We've already got a little bit over time because we took a while talking about players.
We're good for now.
Yeah,
we'll come back next next week, or in 2 weeks. We don't know, but with some other.
I should just quickly say, a lot of that is based off the rumor that 𝘁𝗏𝗏 is going to %.
Ah, yeah, true.
That's a big deal because if they have Tado, fuck them. They're bugging.
Yeah, true.
This is based off the fact that 𝘁𝗏𝗏 is apparently going to % because I think 𝘁𝗏𝗏 on % will be very good.
But on more for the rumor stuff, we'll hopefully have some news next week, and maybe we can. I hope you enjoyed this game, and of course, we'll just publish our list so you can play this game as often as you like with our value, as much value as you like. Just go 26 and go with Yoshino, Thorn, Dia1, Slater, CBL or something, and then you have an OP team.
If you have 26, you can just go Yoshino, Yijin, Dia1. You can get everything.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Yeah. So one last Facebook question: Stark or Yoshino? Who do you think's better? Yoshino. Not close.
Yoshino.
Yoshino is
every day.
way better. He just was.
Yeah,
he only
I agree.
didn't. I don't know if this is public knowledge, but this is something we spoke to the CEO of Flash about. Yoshino would have played finals. He was sick.
Yes.
It wasn't a skill issue. Yoshino was sick.
Yeah, they didn't choose Stark over Yoshino. They
Yeah.
had to play Stark because Yoshino was not able to play.
Yeah,
It's
Stark
not-
is good. Stark is a very good top laner, but Yoshino is an elite tier top laner. VCS. He's much better. I know Stark's got name value, but Yoshino is fantastic. But anyway, we will wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for joining us. Those of you that are watching on Facebook, do give us some feedback on what you thought. Obviously, we haven't streamed to the platform before, so it's just a test run. If there was any issues, let us know. We'll try and fix them. If there's anything you want added, also let us know. And that obviously applies to our Twitch audience as well. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Can one of the mods chuck all the social links in chat? There's a bunch of them. You should follow them. And we will be back probably next week for another episode. And we can't wait for the VCS to start. So keep posted here for more off-season madness. And yeah, we'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one.